Waldo is now live streaming Just Chatting Fauci Fights Fanaticism. Getting started in 10 minutes. Toss any links to cool stories or memes into the Discord. https Discord GG Beignet Tridix 8.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? My name is Waldo, and I am here to feel the politics with you. How's it going tonight? I am doing good. Feeling good. Um, it was a very windy day today. Had wind blowing all over the place. I couldn't even go outside. I was going to do some yard work and stuff like that, but it was just crazy windy. And so I just sat inside and played video games all day. Horrible, horrible fate. Cry for me. I know. I am the victim here, obviously. How's it going? Um, So let me think. I did a stream on Saturday, but I cut it kind of short. Sorry about that. I was just feeling grumpy. I looked at Mike Johnson too long and riled myself up really, and then I got mad. I made myself angry at him, uh, and I couldn't go on. And I was like, okay, you're not having fun and goofing on the news. You're getting angry at it, so you got to chill out. So I cut it short on Saturday, but then I went out with a friend and we got drunk and at a couple of bars. We went bar hopping downtown and all that fun stuff. Didn't realize that it was June 1st, which is the start of Pride Month, and so all of the queers were out, and that made it more fun. That was great. Um, I was like, I didn't think this was a gay bar, but it was the first day of Pride, so all bars are gay bars in June. That's that's just how it works. Uh, but we had a good time. It was a good old time, and feeling better and ready to talk about the news today. So, if you've got any cool links to fun stories that have happened, toss them into the Discord.
Discord. https discord gg benet tritix 8.
Toss any links in there and we can look at them and feel them out together. I'll bring them up, I'll put them up on the screen, we'll chat them out, and you can tell me how you're feeling and stuff like that. If you want to hop into chat, you can do so on the Kick or on the Twitch or on the YouTube, though the YouTube doesn't get read out loud by the robot lady. I can't fix it. I've tried. It only makes it worse. The more I try, the worse it gets. So hop into Kick chat, hop into Twitch chat, and the lovely lady will read your thoughts out to me, and we'll have a good old time. So, uh, we can go ahead and get started with the super fun news. Today, Fauci is fighting fanaticism. Dun dun dun. There was a uh, hearing, I suppose. I guess that's what it was. A hearing uh, on at the House today with House members. And let's get this situated right there. Oh, oh, we can go a little bit higher. There it is. Fauci pushes back partisan attacks in fiery House hearing over COVID origins and controversies. So, very exciting. Let's see what happened. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top U.S. infectious disease expert until leaving the government in 2022, was back before Congress on Monday, calling simply preposterous Republican allegations that he tried to cover up the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic. So they brought together a meeting to ask him about their conspiracy theories that he debunked under oath. He was placed under oath. They were not. That's going to be important later. And they asked him crazy questions that don't have a basis in reality. And then he told them, no, that doesn't comport to reality. That isn't a part of what's real. And this very much upset them. Uh, let's see. He'd already been grilled behind closed doors for 14 hours over 2 days in January, but Monday, Fauci testified voluntarily in public and on camera at a hearing that quickly deteriorated into partisan attacks. Yeah, no shit. The AP's even calling it that. Jesus. Republicans repeated unproven accusations. The accusation is all that matters, as I always say, against the longtime NIH scientist, while Democrats apologized for Congress besmirching his name and bemoaned the missed opportunity to prepare for the next scary outbreak. So they were both playing their parts. He's not a comic book supervillain, said Jamie Raskin. Uh, Fauci was the public face of the government's early COVID-19 response under then President Donald Trump. The main issue, many scientists believe the virus most likely emerged in nature and jumped from animals to people, probably at a wildlife market in Wuhan, the city in China where the outbreak began. There's no scientific information supporting that the virus might have leaked from a laboratory. A U.S. intelligence analyst says there's insufficient evidence to prove either way, and a recent Associated Press investigation found the Chinese government froze critical efforts to trace the source of the virus in the first weeks of the outbreak. So if it came from that lab, the Chinese government shut down the investigation because they don't want that bad press. No press is better than bad press in their situation. But even if it did leak from a laboratory, that laboratory researches these viruses. If the market in Wuhan had a new virus, the scientists at the Wuhan virus lab would have gone to find it and gotten samples of it and brought it back into their lab. That that's how the thing works. That's why the Wuhan lab is there, because that's where viruses come from. Hypothetical, follow me here. If you were a walrus researcher, imagine that. You are a walrus scientific doctor. You're a doctorate of walruses, and you've been given a grant of money to go and build a walrus research station. Would you build it in Phoenix, Arizona? No, of course not. There aren't any walruses there. You would build it where they live, you see? So uh, this came up a lot when code first jumped up. Like, oh, well, of course it had to
I
come
love
from
how
a...
these dipshits can hide behind the speech and debate clause to peddle bullshit, but Fauci has to tell the truth under oath, but they still don't believe him.
Yeah, and we'll get to some of that in a minute. But let me finish. I'm talking about walruses. Uh, I'm kidding. Jump in the chat anytime you want if you're watching. Uh, the walrus analogy. So yeah, that at the beginning of the pandemic, people were saying, well, why did it come? Did the virus come out of a place with a virus research place? You're looking at it backwards. The virus research place is in Wuhan because that's where viruses come from, baby. That's where they're born. That's where they're created. That is where they are smashed together biologically with bat poop and pangolin DNA and monkey jizz to just create filthy new nightmare monster viruses. And because we know that's where the horrible biological nightmares come from, they built a virus lab there to be on the ground looking for the damn things, catching them, grabbing them like Pokemon. You got to catch them all, bring them in, and study them. And even if the lab leak hypothesis was correct, that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the past. You still, COVID-19 happened.
God, that sounds like a terrible Hello Fresh recipe.
Yeah, that's why they don't sponsor me, is because I talk too much about monkey jizz. It's true. Um, even if it came from the lab, you still needed to quarantine, which most of us didn't, and you still needed to stay 6 feet away, which a lot of us didn't, and you still needed to wear a mask in public. A lot of us didn't want to, but we did it anyway. You still had to get the shots. Nothing changes. It's not like, oh, we proved that it was a lab leak. All those million dead people come back to life. No. Did we? Oh, we proved that it was a lab leak. I guess we get those 2 years back. No. I guess we didn't have to wear a mask for a couple of years. Well, no, you still had to do that. And even if it was leaked from a lab, guess what? The best way to handle it, isolation, put your mask on, wash your hands. It's still the right answer. The the math doesn't matter if we get to the same answer, you know? And is there the only thing that might change is we could be like, okay, well, what kind of experiments did you guys do on it beforehand? To which it doesn't matter. It still was in the area. The people, the lab in Wuhan, if it escaped from the lab, got it from the market in Wuhan. And if it was there, it would have got out. It's definitely going to get out of the market. It doesn't make any difference. It's a unimportant fight that I don't know why Republicans and right wingers and people really fight over this one issue, and I don't get it. I don't know why proving it was a lab leak makes a million people come back to life. It doesn't. I don't know why they're so hung up on it. It means that you don't have to wash your
Excuse to blame
hands.
China.
Yeah, well, we can just blame China, and all those million people are now China's fault, and not my fault for not washing my hands and not wearing a mask. So if Maytag doesn't wear a mask and spreads a disease around, it's China's fault, not Maytag's fault. Maybe that's why they push so hard for it. I never thought about it from that angle. They get to blame China instead of themselves, because themselves are passing the germs around. Themselves, the right wing, the Republicans who refused to wear a mask and refused to social distance and did not shut down at all, get to blame somebody else instead of themselves for not doing the right thing. Instead of they can absolve themselves and say, no, 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 it doesn't matter. We're not going to wear a mask because it's China's fault. So if you die, if you get sick and die from COVID, China's fault. Not my fault for giving it to you. Not my fault for refusing to wear a mask. It's China's fault. I hadn't thought about that angle before, but I don't think about blame. I don't think about fault the way that Republicans seem to obsess over fault. They do. They obsess over fault. If you've ever met somebody in real life or interacted with someone who's just absolutely nuts for fault, it's an exhausting uh, relationship to have with somebody like that. That everything has to be determined whose fault it was, and if it's theirs, they will bend the world around to not be responsible and make the fault someone else's, or make the fault the system's fault, or some other country's fault, somebody else's fault. It's an exhausting way to live, and so I don't tend to think about it all that much. But that's just me. Okay, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about Dr. Fauci. Let's see what else we have to read about. What else do we have? Fauci has long said publicly that he was open to both theories, but that there's more evidence supporting COVID-19's natural origins, the way other deadly viruses, including coronavirus, cousins, SARS, and MERS, jumped into people. It was a position he repeated Monday as Republican lawmakers questioned if he worked behind the scenes to squelch the lab leak theory or even tried to influence intelligence agencies. Why? Who cares? Um, I think we'll watch this one here in just a sec. The NIH for years gave grants to a New York nonprofit called EcoHealth Alliance that used some of its funds to work with Chinese labs studying coronaviruses commonly carried in bats. Last month, the government suspended EcoHealth's federal funding, citing its failure to properly monitor some of those experiments. The definition of gain of function covers both general research and especially risky experiments to enhance the ability of potentially pandemic pathogens to spread or cause severe disease in humans. Fauci Fauci stressed he was using the risky experiment definition, saying it would be molecularly impossible for the bat viruses studied with EcoHealth's funds to be turned into a virus that caused a pandemic. So he's saying that everything is fine and nothing is fucked. Let's see. Um, the pandemic's origins weren't the only hot topic. The House panel also blasted some public health measures taken to slow spread of the virus before COVID-19 vaccines. Spread by NIAID research helped allow to return to normalcy. Ordering people to stay 6 feet apart meant many businesses, schools, and churches wouldn't stay open. And subcommittee chairman Brad Wenstrup, Republican from Ohio, called it a burdensome and arbitrary rule, noting that his prior closed-door testimony, Fauci had acknowledged it wasn't scientifically backed. It's just a good idea. Fauci responded Monday that the 6 feet distancing wasn't his guideline, but one created by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention before scientists had learned that the virus was airborne, not simply spread by droplets emitted a certain distance. This is the difficulty with science and talking to dummies. What happens is you have a theory, like, hey, I think it's spread by droplets, so stay 6 feet apart. And then we all hear that, and then we all do it, and then they find out, oh no, it is airborne, and the 6 feet apart doesn't matter, but hey, it couldn't hurt. You have to almost recondition people. The science changes as you learn more stuff. That's the difficulty of it. Hey, we think this thing might be right. Oh shit, it turns out it wasn't. Well, okay, let's pivot, let's change. That doesn't mean that the scientists are making shit up as they go. They are kind of making shit up as they go, but that's how it's supposed to work. That's fine. That's how it works. Uh, when you find new data, what you do is you incorporate it and move forward. You don't fight kicking and screaming about the past. We didn't think that masks were going to help, and then we found out that they were. So then they suggested we do masks. That's why but your story changed. Oh, your story changed. You said no mask. Now you said mask. Now you say 2 masks. We found new stuff. Um, and that happens a lot, and all you have to do is just roll with it. Don't fight. Don't be obstinate. When shit changes, adapt with it. Don't just be
Always on the
obstinate.
lookout for a gotcha moment.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is too. And the obstinate. I'm going off script for a minute, but like when COVID first started, it had a huge death toll because we didn't know how to treat it. The viral loads were so high, and of course, I'm talking out my ass. I'm not a doctor here, but I pretend to be one every now and then. The viral loads were so high because people didn't know that there was a dangerous virus outside, so the people who got it got lots of it. Your body fought it and overreacted to it, and this caused a lot of wild symptoms that we weren't sure about in those first couple of months. We all saw the New York morgue truck with the refrigerator truck. At some point, a group of people figured out that your body's overreacting to this thing, and if we put some steroids in there, your body will calm down and you won't get the worst of the symptoms, the bleeds and the things like that, and you can fight it off a little bit better. The overreaction of your immune system to such a high viral load was actually harming you. So they started using steroids to bring that stuff down, and it started working better. And that was a good thing. The people who discovered that also pushed ivermectin later, but the ivermectin didn't work, but they were obstinate and never went back on it. It didn't work, but they were so locked in to, hey, we were right last time, hey, we're going to be right this time, they can't pivot. If you try something and it doesn't work, stop trying it. That's it. But the obstinance is part of the problem. So let's look at some silly people saying silly things. Here is Nicole Malatakis, grilling Dr. Fauci about a made-up thing. Like, she's about to get schooled here. Where did my mouse go? Come on, mouse. I'm going to turn Knooch off for a minute or two so that I can play with the audio here. We're going to turn the audio all the way up. And then we're going to play this thing of this lady talking to Fauci.
That they should really not be talking about a lab leak.
Thank you.
That's the conspiracy.
Appreciate that. Dr. Fauci, how much have you earned from royalties from pharmaceutical companies since the pandemic began in 2021?
Oh my God, she's going to get him. How much did you make off of COVID? Let's hear what he says while under oath.
0.
Oh, shit. She got him. Oh, no. Again, this is right-wing nonsense. They think that he made billions of dollars off of this thing, and it's simply not true. They like to say things that aren't true if it makes them feel good. And then this lady's not happy with that.
It says NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers. You're saying that you did not receive any of the $710 million.
On COVID, I received, I think, $122 for a monoclonal antibody that I made 27 years ago.
Okay, so just in general, though, how much have you received, not related to COVID, just in general, how much have you received in royalties between 2021 and 2023?
I think none.
Okay, so somebody received the $710 million.
She's so upset. The things that she has been told aren't true. And she can't wrap her head around the idea that she's been lied to. She can't grasp it. She can't contemplate that the thing that she believes is not true. Lots of the things that Republicans believe aren't true.
Somebody did, but not me.
You didn't receive any royalties. Okay.
I mean, I see no royalties associated with COVID. I mentioned.
I said.
No, I want.
No, I just said.
I'm on the record, and I want to make sure that this is clear. That I've developed a monoclonal antibody about 25 years ago that's used as a diagnostic that has nothing to do with COVID, and I receive an average of about $120 a year from that patent.
Okay, but the bottom line here is that scientists at NIH did receive $710 million in royalties, and I guess my question is, don't you think that if these experiments are made using American tax dollars, that any of those royalties, this nearly billions of dollars, should be going back to the American taxpayer, not in the pockets of the scientists? Do you believe that's a law that we should consider changing?
Oh shit! Now she's got him. Maybe she should. Maybe Dr. Fauci should change the laws.
If you want to change the patent laws and the Bayh-Dole Act, then go ahead.
Okay.
But that's not.
She's in the legislative branch. If she doesn't like the way the laws are written, she's the person to talk to. Scientists did the fucking work, right? If she's unhappy with the patent laws, she's in the legislative branch. She can change them. She can bring them up for a vote. She can write a new one and get that voted and passed. I can't do that. You can't do that. Dr. Fauci can't do that. She's in the legislative branch complaining about the laws. Does she know what her job is supposed to be? Does she know that she is a member of the legislative branch? I don't think she does. Maybe she doesn't know that the legislative branch makes laws. Maybe she doesn't have any idea. Doing government, she's not allowed to do that. Right. She is a Republican. Her writing a law and getting it passed would be doing a government, and she might get thrown out. The Republicans don't like it when the legislature does legislative things. It's very strange. So that one just flabbergasted me. Like, if she's upset with the law, there is nobody in the world who is better placed to fix it than her. Honestly, if she really does think that there's a problem with the way this law is structured, fix it. That's part of your actual literal job description. But here she is giving Dr. Fauci shit just so she can have a cool soundbite and go on Fox News and claim that Fauci's a fraud. Okay, let's see. Who is next? There she is. Good old Maytag. Here we go. What has she got to say?
NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact.
It's not hidden. You're holding it up on a printed headline. It's not hidden. This is normal. It's not even weird that you would work for the government, do experiments, and then get a patent for the thing you discovered and then make some money from it. That's normal. If you are unhappy with that, Maytag, change the laws. You are a member of the legislative branch. But I don't think she knows what the legislative branch does.
About, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks, to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are
the NIH is more powerful than the House of Congress and stuff like that. I guess it seems unlikely.
Recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor. You're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes.
Oh, mean girls again. They simply deploy Marjorie Taylor Greene to cause shit, to stir the pot. This is why she's there. This is why they're not going to kick her out, because they want her talking shit and making threats and being a pain in the ass, because it gets the people riled up. People don't like Congress. It's boring. But you know what they do like? They like Jerry Springer. They like the WWF. They love that shit. And that's what she's there for. She is there to rile people up, have them chant Jerry, 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 or cheer for their side when one person slams the other with a chair. That is why she's there. That is what she wants to be doing. She doesn't want to be writing laws. She doesn't want to be discussing calmly the future for the country. She wants to lob bombs. Verbal bombs, but maybe in a few years she'll be lobbing regular bombs.
No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk.
She doesn't need his answer. I paused it 1 second too soon. She doesn't need his answer. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what he says. She's not there to get answers from him. No, 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 no. She already knows all the answers. She doesn't need to ask experts for what's going to happen and what's going on in the future. She doesn't need to ask Dr. Fauci about viruses. She already knows it all. She already knows everything she needs to know, and she does not need answers from no expert. No, 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 no. She knows everything. She is omniscient. She got all her information from Twitter and Alex Jones and the Daily Mail, and they told her everything she ever needs to know. She got all her answers from Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity. There's nothing else she needs to know.
Talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
Objection. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
Point of order.
just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
Any reason for that? Just because you had to wear a mask. She is so in her feels. She's so mad that she had to wear a mask for a couple of years. She's ready to abandon all logical thought because she was uncomfortable with a mask for a couple of years. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all of it. We've recovered from COVID. Lots of people never did. I recognize there's like 1 million Americans died from it. But she's mad that she had to wear a mask. And ivermectin doesn't work, but she's mad about that too. But mostly, I suspect that she's actually mad that she didn't have to wear a mask. Logical thought. She had a logical thought. No, she didn't have a logical thought to start from. No. But she's just angry that a thing happened and she had to take some responsibility. Socially distance, isolate a little bit, shut down the schools, wear a mask. That's it. And even then, it still killed 1 million people. It could have been much, much worse. It could have been much worse, much worse if we did nothing. If we let her take over, she would have just said it's a lab leak and it came from China, and I'm not going to do any of those things that you're telling me to do. And she would have spread it even further, and more people would have died. But in her mind, that would have been acceptable because it would have been somebody else's fault. But yeah, she's just mad that she lost an argument. Honestly.
The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum.
You know what? We can do that hearing about the poor men that were injected with syphilis because I support you in that. That's horrific.
She's talking about the Tuskegee experiment. I have a feeling she doesn't know what it is or why it's significant, but we can look into that later.
And this government that does things like that to Americans doesn't have decorum to the American people.
Mr. Chairman,
The gentleman is out of
point of regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
Decorum.
Recognize the point of order.
I think that's it for that one. Let's go on to this one. Oh, no, that's the same thing. I don't know why. What crimes did he commit? Please tell me. Let me know. Maytag. What crime did he commit? What are you going to prosecute him over? There's nothing. She's got nothing. She just has random, generic kind of feels that she doesn't like it. And she doesn't like him. Because when she was in trouble, when all the things were going wrong and everything was scary, he was on TV. So he's clearly to blame. And it can't possibly be anybody else. Can't possibly be her. Can't possibly be the American people. It's got to be somebody else. Blame somebody. That's all she wants to do is blame. She's not here to find out if something happened or how we could have done better. She didn't talk about. Um, I mean, I didn't watch the entire thing. I've seen a few other clips that I'm not going to bring up right now, but she didn't ask how we can do better next time. She didn't ask what we should do better as a government, as a country, as a society to make the next virus less deadly. She didn't bring up any of that. She just needs to blame somebody so that she can feel better. She needs to feel better. And that feeling starts with vindication for her side and blaming the other, blaming somebody else. She is all feelings all day long, nonstop. Let's see about this. Here we go. So I read through this one, and the important bit is right here. Documents and testimony. The panel gathered over 18 months while finding misbehavior by a grant recipient and by an advisor to Fauci produced nothing to substantiate any wild accusations. The United States did not fund research that created the pathogen. Fauci didn't lie to the U.S. Fauci didn't lie about the U.S.'s role in gain-of-function research in the laboratory. He didn't try to suppress the lab leak theory or bribe people to reject it. He didn't get rich off the pandemic, although he testified that he earned about $120 a year from an antibody he developed years ago. So, this is the important bit. These are the facts. Marjorie Taylor Greene tells me she puts facts in over feelings. Here's the facts. The United States did not fund the research to create a pathogen. Fauci did not lie about the U.S.'s role in the gain-of-function research in the laboratory, and he didn't suppress the lab leak theory or bribe people to reject it. Those are facts. But guess what she's not going to talk about? Guess what the people on Twitter and the right wing are not going to talk about? The facts. They don't care. They only care about those feelings that they have. They feel sad and bad. That means they need to lash out. They don't care about the facts that we just read, that were discussed today. They just want to feel at people. I think that's my catchphrase. Ugh. I finally found it. What do we got? So if you're watching, press the thumbs up, press the subscribe button, press the follow button. You'll turn a frog gay. It's very exciting. It's Pride Month, so you should turn a few frogs gay. That would be nice of you. And if you have links to share, feel free to toss them into the Discord. Discord right there. Boop. And if you want to follow along on old shows or catch up with what I thought about a specific topic, you can do that at the YouTube link right there. So I appreciate any button presses. Press the thumbs up, press the like, press the subscribe, press any button. Honestly, just any button. I don't care which one. And let's jump into the next bit, which is changing gears slightly to a Trump story. Here we go. Judge Cannon falls for Trump's most nefarious lie yet. Judge Eileen Cannon seems to be bending over backwards to cater to every Trump request in his classified documents case. This one's on another level. So, Judge Eileen Cannon seems to have handed Donald Trump another big favor in his classified documents trial, seriously entertaining a lie from the former president. Trump made up a false claim that the FBI plotted to assassinate him during its search of his Mar-a-Lago estate for classified documents because it had weapons, despite the fact that this is generally standard procedure when law enforcement carries out a search warrant. Trump-appointed Cannon has decided to grant this made-up conspiracy legitimacy by giving the presumptive Republican presidential nominee 2 weeks to prove it, further delaying the trial. This is amazing. Your Honor, the FBI tried to murder me, so he says, Trump says, FBI tried to murder me. He made it up. It's a lie. It's nonsense. She pushes the trial back 2 weeks. He's just going to keep making stuff up. He makes shit up every single day. He makes things up. So that's what's going to happen next. Is he going to be like, oh, well, you see, Hillary's trying to get me, and we need to push it back. And then she'll push it back for 2 more weeks. My son has been kidnapped. Push it back for 2 more weeks. Aliens have landed in my yard. Push it back for 2 more weeks. Let me see. Um, I found Hillary's kill list, and I'm second on the list of Hillary Clinton's kill list. Push it back 2 more weeks. He'll just keep making things up. Uh, yeah, then her eye unfocused. She goes, yes, this is a legitimate concern. Exactly. He makes up a lie. We got to push the trial back 2 weeks. I hope he doesn't lie 98 times a day. It's madness. How? And honestly, my dog ate my legal papers. Better push it back for 2 weeks. Donald Trump stood in front of a camera. He's the hypno frog, maybe. He does stand in front of cameras often. He stood in front of a camera, looked at it, and said, Judge Juan Merchan is not allowed to be my judge because he paid $15 for a Biden t-shirt. Means he cannot be the judge for Donald Trump. Eileen Cannon was appointed by Donald Trump. And that's fine. That's cool. That's normal. Republicans aren't political, you see. They don't do political things. They just do common sense and bend over backwards to help their team. And that's fine and that's normal and nothing should ever be, you should never complain about it. And when Waldo points it out, he's just being political. Blatantly, obviously. If he appointed her, that's way more likely that she would favor him rather than Juan Merchan bought a $15 t-shirt. It's madness. Common sense says if you're on my side, I have no problem with you. Yeah, that's kind of how it is, yeah. Let's see. What else we got? We've got that and there. Okay. Bombshell report reveals Trump team is rewarding key trial witnesses. So again, they scream about $15 shirt from Merchan, but this report shows that witnesses who testify Donald Trump's criminal trials are sometimes receiving very nice financial perks, especially if they work for him. 9 witnesses called to testify in the criminal cases against Donald Trump, and witnesses who have testified in defense of Trump for numerous criminal cases received massive raises, new jobs, cushy severance packages, and more, all conveniently coinciding with being called to testify or after providing testimony favorable to Trump. He's paying off the witnesses. It's blatant and it's obvious and it's happening every day. Donald Trump is a crook. He is a criminal. He is breaking the rules left and right, and it doesn't matter to the people who are on his side. Barbara McQuaid, a former U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Michigan, told ProPublica, witness tampering is often difficult to prove, but because the gimmick is often not done explicitly. But the trend could assist prosecutors in their effort to call into question the credibility of witnesses testifying in Trump's defense for his innumerable legal battles. Let's see. In response to the queries, ProPublica team, Trump claimed that 9 witnesses who all saw big raises and flashy new jobs simply took on more work. So they're saying, they worked harder. So it's got nothing to do with the trials. We just gave them a promotion. The president is not involved in the decision-making process. The campaign told, I would argue Trump doesn't know what we are paid. I hope somebody looks into that. If they're screaming about how all this stuff is important on the right, and he's just paying the witnesses. People are getting subpoenas, they're getting raises, and then they're saying nice things about him in court. It's blatant and it's obvious, and he's been a crook his entire life. Why wouldn't he try this? Come on, mouse. According to records reviewed by ProPublica, monthly payments from Trump's campaign to Trump lawyer Boris Epshteyn company, which appears to be just a one-man show, more than doubled after Trump was indicted. Jumping from $26,000 to $53,000 a month, the Trump campaign told ProPublica the increase was due to Epstein's workload increasing, even though Epstein has continued taking contracts from other campaigns and landed a job as a managing director at financial securities firm elsewhere. Susie Wills allegedly witnessed Trump showing off the classified documents, also saw a big bump in pay after being called to a grand jury and before Trump's indictment. Her pay jumped from $25,000 to $30,000 a month, and her consulting firm received $75,000 after she got the called to the grand jury and before the indictment. They're just paying her more. Dan Scavino, Alan Weisberg, and it's just going to keep happening. Didn't a jury in New York just prove that he is directly involved in his business? They sure did. And he says he's involved in every single part. If you ask him, and you can't trust him because he's a liar and an idiot, he says that he's super involved in every single thing. I don't think it's true. I think that's just a bluff that he says. I want to say the guy who wrote The Art of the Deal, it wasn't Donald Trump. It was a writer. You see, the writer who followed him around 40 fucking years ago and talked to him and interviewed him and discussed things and talked about it, said that he didn't actually make any business decisions, and he was obsessed over the tiny details, like the carpet that was going to be in the room or the wallpaper that was going to be on the walls and stuff like that, but he wasn't actually making any big business decisions. Of course, that's hearsay and stuff like that from 40 years ago. I don't know. If he thinks it looks good for him in the moment, he'll say it. Right. So you can't really trust him. If he says, it wouldn't surprise me if yesterday he said, I'm in charge of the entire business. I'm in charge of the entire business. You see, I make all the decisions. If anybody wants a 1% pay increase, it goes through me. And then he said that yesterday. And then tomorrow, when this story comes out, he'd be like, no, I never met this person. Don't know what they did. Don't know how they work for me. I run the biggest business in the world, the best business in the world. I can't be bothered to discuss 1% pay raises for people. I leave that for the peons. I leave that for the people under me. He will say both of those things because he doesn't care. He will say whatever looks good for him in this moment. So there's that. Let's see. So this, maybe, this gets looked into more thoroughly, and we get to have this fight after that. And maybe something will come of this, or maybe it's just coincidence, or it's so impossible to tell whether or not he did it on purpose, which is the mob mentality, honestly. You don't specifically tell somebody to go kill somebody. No. You just kind of imply, and it's the implication that matters. And he's the king of implication. He's a mob boss. He's doing mob boss things, you know? And now for something completely different. Texas professors sue to fail students who seek abortions. These professors are suggesting that if a woman misses a week of class because of an abortion, they should be allowed to fail her. Take care of this for me. If she misses class for a week because of food poisoning, then they would accept it. And that would be fine. But if you're missing class for recovery after an abortion, then you need to fail my class. That's what they're saying, because they're crazy. This is insane. Let's see. A pair of Texas professors figured out that their female students have sex, and boy, they do not like it. So now the philosophy professor and finance professor are suing for the right to punish their students who, outside of class, have abortions. Pregnancy is not a disease, and elective abortions are not health care. University of Texas at Austin, Professor Daniel Bonovac sneers. He's from Texas. I get to do that accent. Let's see, instead, Bonovac writes, because pregnancy is the result of a voluntary and consensual sexual intercourse. Students should not be allowed to get time off for abortions. If the student disobeys and misses class for abortion care, the filing continues. The professor should be allowed to flunk the students. Additionally, Bonovac, he's got the word bone right in his name, asserts that he has the right to refuse to employ a teaching assistant who's had an abortion, calling such women criminals. If she's had an abortion in the past, he is allowed to refuse to employ her. Like, is he going to ask ahead of time? How does that, is that part of the job interview? I've done interviews for hiring people before. I never asked if they had any abortions, honestly. Was I doing it wrong? Was I fucking up? by not asking that? Is he going to ask people that in interviews for people to work for him? Uh, Also, yeah, it's not always a result of consensual intercourse. It's not sometimes. Uh, it shows that overturning of Roe is more about controlling women than protecting life. Overturning of Roe is what's causing this chaos. This is what I say to Thomas every time. Chaos is the point. They overturned Roe to cause this craziness because they wanted it, because they love culture war. It's all they have. It's all they're ever going to have until they significantly restructure the Republican Party. All they have is culture war. They have nothing else. New job requirements are intrauterine inspections. Yeah, he's going to have to check them out just to double check. The sexual hangups of abortion opponents are rarely far from the surface, but even by these low standards, the unjustified male grievance on display is new for the Texas lawsuit. At issue are federal regulations called the Title IX, first signed into law by President Nixon in 1972. This means that schools cannot penalize students for health care based on sex. As a male student would be granted leave if he had to travel for surgery, so must a female student. The federal statute requires. The two men argue that granting students an excused absence in such cases violates their First Amendment rights. Okay, from the professor's standpoint, a woman comes to his class and says, I'm going to be out sick after a post-surgery. If that surgery is an abortion, then he has the First Amendment right to fail her in his class. That's insane. It doesn't even track with logical sense, man. Even though plaintiffs are suing for the right to flunk female students for abortions include boilerplate arguments which say feign concern about abortion is killing. The legal filing makes it clear that what they really outrage these two is that the Title IX prevents them from controlling the private lives of their students. Along with their anger about the abortion, they grouse about not being allowed to punish students for being homosexual or transgender, and they also argue that they should be able to penalize teaching assistants for cross-dressing, by which they mean trans people. So that they want to punish you for being gay, they want to punish you for being trans, and they just want you to be the way they want you to be. And if you're not, they will punish you. This is republicanism laid bare. Be the way I want you to be because I'm in power and I'm in charge. And if you don't like that, well, then I will punish you until you either leave and abandon anything near me so I don't have to see you anymore, or you comply with what I believe is culturally correct. It's madness. It's culture war on steroids. It's the only thing they have anymore. Still waiting on Abbott to stop rapes before they happen. Yeah, I know, right? He talked about how he was going to prevent them all. So let's get this next bit as well. What do we got? All right. So we're not going to do that one. We're going to do this one first. The jury is chosen in Hunter Biden's federal firearms case. Jury is chosen in Hunter Biden's federal firearms case, and opening statements are set for Tuesday. Tuesday. So Hunter Biden has committed some crimes, and he's being held responsible for them. The system works, y'all. It's working just fine. The Republicans scream bloody murder about why is Donald Trump held responsible, and Hunter Biden isn't. He is being held responsible, you see. The system works the same for everybody. Yes, it's better if you have more money, and we should even it out so that the amount of money you have doesn't matter. But it's working. It's working fine. Everyone thinks that he can talk the talk, but can he walk? Let's see. So, yeah, what opening statements are going to begin on Tuesday, and we'll keep an eye on this because they're going to scream about it. Donald Trump just got indicted or got found guilty. So if for some reason Hunter isn't found guilty, mother of God, that might actually start a civil war. If Hunter's not guilty, Donald Trump is, there's going to be an explosion of right-wing anger. They can't comprehend that different things are different. Donald Trump did his stuff and it was proven in a court of law by a jury of his peers, proven, convicted felony, 34 of them in fact. And if some reason Hunter's found not guilty for this, they're going to flip their shit. They're going to be screaming bloody murder on the news, and I'll be here for it. It'll be fun. I kind of like it sometimes when they flip their shit. It's fun to watch. So, be reasonable, right? Oh, so I'm not allowed to be unreasonable? Last time I checked, it was a free country. Let me guess, left is against freedom. Yeah, exactly. Like, they want the right to be bigots. They want the right to be. They want the right to take away other people's rights. And I'm like, no, man, you can't have the right to stomp on other people's rights. And they're like, well, you don't like freedom? Why are you being so political? It's silly. Okay, let's look at this last bit, and then we will play a video game. Gonna turn this one into its own little segment. Here we go. What do we got? We've got this right here, and we're gonna bring up the thing, and here we go. Tucker Carlson has said something stupid. This is not news. He says something stupid every day. But this was his tweet after the Trump verdict came out, and it's pretty special. It's kind of a cool one. He says, "Import the third world, become the third world." I don't think that has anything to do with this. I'm going to skip it. He just can't stop thinking about scary brown people. He can't stop thinking about them. They fill up his mind all the time. He cannot think about anything else. So he starts most discussions, most tweets, I think he talks about that before he brushes his teeth. Like, it's the first thing in his mind when he wakes up in the morning. It's the last thing on his mind before he goes to bed. And then he dreams about scary brown people coming into our country. It's a thing for him. It's just like he's breathing. There's nothing there. But he goes on. That has nothing to do with Trump. I don't know why he included it, but he goes on. This won't stop Trump. He'll win the election if he's not killed first. So, baseless conspiracy theory from Tucker Carlson, as usual. Most of his ideas are baseless conspiracy theories, and he's just harping on some lie that Trump made up last week. Last week, Donald Trump said, the FBI was there to kill me, and that's how conspiracy theories work, is Donald Trump mentions something crazy, or you see a headline, and then they just repeat it and say it over and over and over again. This happened at the Fauci thing earlier today. The woman who had that held up that thing that said $710 million, and then Fauci said he got none. She did not expect that answer. She is completely and thoroughly convinced that Fauci made millions of dollars from COVID. He didn't. She doesn't look at evidence. She doesn't make decisions based on evidence. She makes decisions based on which conspiracy theory she appreciates and makes her feel good. Tucker's doing the same thing. Tucker's not mentioning this assassination conspiracy theory because there's evidence for it. God, no. He's talking about it because it makes him feel good. And then he goes on. But it does mark the end of the fairest justice system in the world. We were a fair and balanced justice system until now. This, I think, is important. I think the verdict is this system working as intended. In Tucker's mind, fair means he gets what he wants. Protect the in-group, harm the out-group. Tucker thinks the Justice Department right now is hurting the wrong people. It's supposed to hurt poor minorities, not rich white Republicans. It's supposed to hurt the people he doesn't like. That's what the purpose of the justice system is in his mind. Hurt the people I don't like. Then he writes some more. Anyone who defends this verdict is a threat to you and your family. I really don't like that sentence. He's conflict baiting. He's civil war wishing. He's doing stochastic terrorism. He wants violence to happen to Americans because his feelings are hurt. He has staked his identity on Donald Trump. He has poured his entire soul into supporting Donald Trump, and he believes in Trump. And when Trump is found guilty in a court of law, it offends him deeply. It offends Tucker Carlson because he has poured and put everything that he is on this person. That's stupid. Don't do that. If the right does not win, they tend to cry about their victimhood and claim that the game was rigged against them. Then they go on to rig the game in their own favor. And if you don't keep a close watch on people like Tucker, they will cheat at the game. Then they're not allowed to. And if for some reason you don't allow Tucker to cheat, he'll flip the table over, and then nobody can play. But we're not talking about a game of checkers or Monopoly. I'm talking about the country that we live in. Tim Pool, let's see, right here, let's do him. Tim Pool, where did it go? Oh, yeah. Brilliant wordsmith that he is, just said war. War after the Trump verdict. So, let's see. So, yeah, he just said war, which, again, is him wanting to impose severe consequences on the country because his feelings are hurt. Everything would be affected by a civil war. It's not a good thing. That's not something you should be pushing for. Your job would be affected by a civil war, your livelihood, your food supply, your highway infrastructure, your power grid, your internet systems, everything would be damaged, degraded, and possibly even destroyed because of a civil war. It's a bad thing. We should avoid it. Why is he pushing for it? Why do they talk about it so often? I mean, Tim Pool talks about civil war pretty damn often. It's because they put their hopes and dreams and feelings into Donald Trump. They put everything they had on him. And he is losing. He has been a liar from day one. He has never given a damn about Tucker Carlson or Tim Pool. He is out for himself. And if you can also kind of benefit from him bending the rules to benefit himself, then maybe you can benefit too. But these people on the right have tied their very identity to Donald Trump, convicted felon. And they're very upset because he keeps losing in court where evidence matters. There's the problem. Evidence is very close to facts, you know what I mean? And the Republicans don't deal in facts. They don't deal in evidence. They deal in identity. They deal in feelings. They deal in the feeling that they have for what they want the future to be, which is actually the past. They want us to go backward, make America great again, go backward. They have a feeling about Leave It to Beaver as if it were a documentary, and they want to drag us back to that. That's what they're going for. They want to go backward. They are a backward-facing ideology, and they would like to go there in the future. They want the future to be the 1950s. They want to wake up tomorrow. Men were men, women were women. There weren't any gay people. There weren't any transes. They knew who the neighbor was. There wasn't any crime. It's fantasy. None of those things were true. There were plenty of gay people, but in the 50s there were plenty of trans people. They were just hiding because the people of the 50s would harm them if they came out of the closet. That's why they had to be in the closet to begin with. There was plenty of violence and crime in the 1950s. They just didn't know about it because the small little places that they lived didn't talk about it. And it wasn't broadcast on the news. And you didn't have live Twitter feeds all day long telling you things all day long about what's going on. So they're pining, they're desperate to go backward to what once was. And they will drag us backward. They will take our rights away. They will take the rights away from everybody who isn't exactly like them. And that's why I tend not to appreciate them. It's why I don't vote for them. It's why I don't like them winning. Because what they do is things like reverse Roe v. Wade. Sorry, my microphone, my headset turns itself off to save batteries if I haven't heard any noises. So I'm going to turn the Lady Canooch back on in a minute. But the point is, they want to go backwards. They will take our rights away to get us to go backward. Let's see. Yeah, white is a stretch. So that is everything that I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm turning the Lady Canooch back on. She is on, and you should be able to hear her now, which is very exciting. Feel free to hop into chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. I am going to start up the Vidgy game and drink a beer. Hell yeah. All right, so I'm gonna. I must have done a ad recently. I hope I didn't get an ad during the middle of my rant. Did I get one? Did I get an ad in the middle of my rant? I really got to learn how to control those damn things. There's a bunch of buttons, but I don't know what any of them do. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, there was shit.
Yeah, there was.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then we'll play the last spell. Let's start it up first so we can listen to that bitchin' music. Where is my Steam button? There it is. We're gonna close Tim Pool. We're gonna close Tucker Carlson. We're gonna open up Steam. So yeah, if you're watching, if you're paying attention, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, all those fun buttons, and hop into chat. Tell us what you're playing, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and the lovely Lady Canooch will read it out to us. And I will play a video game, and hit me up with any political topic that you got, any questions, any ideas, any silly memes, or just try and make the Lady Canooch say silly things. Just jump in there and make her say something stupid. That's also okay. All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. But I'm still kind of here, so I can still hear you. And I can talk all the way down the stairs. I go down the stairs. And I go through the living room. Wireless headset. They're amazing. Dude, this wireless headset reaches through my entire house, and I love it. I go to the fridge. And I get a beer. I find the can opener, because it's got a bottle opener on it.
Except when it doesn't hear sounds.
Oh, well, yeah, if it doesn't actually put anything into my ears, it doesn't think that it's doing anything. So it turns off after so many minutes. It's a pretty good headset, except for that. Yeah, you're right. But most of the time, I have Canooch in my ears reading things to me, so it doesn't happen, and I forget. Or I'm listening to a video, or I'm watching. I have a Twitter video going, or something like that. And then we're up the stairs. Whew. And we're back. Oh, that's Grim Dawn. That's not last spell. Dummy. Hit the wrong button. I was wondering where the music was. Last spell. Go. Ready to go. I guess I could do the OBS bit. We'll go to, well, you gotta wait for the game to start. You can't turn it on. How's it going? How are you? How's everybody doing? Doing anything fun?
We are going to remember what your side did this last week.
The side? The Justice Department? So the Justice Department is a side? I don't think it is. And if you're anti-Justice Department, doesn't that just make you a criminal?
Corrupt Justice Department.
No. You got any evidence for that? Or did you just have feelings? I think you just have
Nice
feelings.
try.
I think you just have feelings. You have poured the feelings that you have, all the feelings you have into Donald Trump. And now that he's been proven to be a convicted felon.
I got news for you. We are still putting him into the White House.
I mean,
So,
you can try, and there's still a chance that he wins.
My feelings are hurt cause the cult leader had a bad day.
Right. You can try and put him there, and if he gets the most votes, then he will be the president. I'm not saying he won't. I don't want him to be. That would be a terrible idea. He will immediately begin a actual witch hunt. Judge Merchan will be brought up on charges, and I think that's a terrible idea. The actual weaponization of the Justice Department will happen with Donald Trump. Whoa, monsters. Look,
Dude, you thought 2016 was bad for you. Just wait. Trump will sign executive orders to jail Democrats, and we are gonna send Hillary to the electric chair after a fair trial.
Well, they're gonna just jail Democrats for their political beliefs? You're anti-American, my friend. Why would you do that? They think differently than you. They have different opinions, and you're gonna put them in jail for that. Sounds like authoritarianism. Sounds pretty bad. Perhaps you shouldn't do that.
Like I said, while the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking on you having an authoritarian takeover? Well, maybe. Why would you want that, though? Would you not be an American at that point? That's what I'm suggesting, is that the justice system works just fine.
Not holding my breath. We are gonna take over so hard. Start writing apology letters, dude.
I apologize for being American. I'm sorry that I have a different opinion than you, and I'm sorry that that's upsetting to you, and I'm sorry that you are trying to put me in jail because of it. Do you hear yourself?
Woe not to me, save it for the judge.
Save it for the judge, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm writing it, I'm getting it out ahead of time. How does this sound? Okay, we'll workshop this. I'm sorry, Your Honor, that Donald Trump won and turned us into a fascist autocracy. I apologize. How does that sound? Is that good? I'm sorry that so many people...
Verdict libtarded. I hereby sentence you to 24 consecutive hours of the new Daily Wire cartoon.
Oh, God. I'd rather die. I haven't seen the new cartoon, though. At first I thought you meant PragerU cartoon.
It's dumb.
It's dumb? Okay. That doesn't surprise me.
Which is why you're going to be forced to watch it.
Okay.
The bland Bluey knockoff.
No, I think there's a Daily Wire one that actually has some celebrity voices in it. It's got Adam Carolla and fucking Joe Swanson and all that stuff. I saw one or two commercials for it, but it's like a Family Guy kind of thing, but written by conservatives for conservatives. So it's not the Bluey thing you're talking about, Shinseto, was like the PragerU shit. That stuff was real bad too.
Baby Bluey.
Yeah, armed with opinions. Feel free to hit me with your hot takes. That's why I'm here. To play video games and drink beer, and here's some hot takes.
Look, man, I don't want to see you get hurt. Just vote for Trump and he'll put on a good word for you.
So, I'll be hurt if I don't? That sounds pretty terrible. Why would you support somebody like that?
Jesus fucking fascist. That sounds coercive.
I know, right? A little bit of coercion there, I think. Vote for us or we'll hurt you. The Donald Trump slogan. You put that on, that'll go good on a bumper sticker, won't it? Vote for us or we'll hurt you. Keep complaining about those Dems, though.
Patriots, sir, they're going to get you and wail on your legs with mallets until they're putty. I can try and take some sense into them, but you have to vote Trump.
You're not beating the fascist allegation that I'm making here for you.
That's called the mafia.
I know, right? I'm suggesting that you don't actually care about America. You just care about being right. That's what I'm suggesting. And you're not beating the allegation yet.
So calling for violence in the streets, such so patriotic.
I know, right? That's the patriot thing to do, right? Harm Americans because you lost an election fairly. Oh hell, I got guys over here too. What the hell are you doing? All right.
Flameheads have high resistance, I think.
Flameheads have high resistance. Okay. Drop a lightning bolt. Let's take one more step.
Kind of a bind you put us into. Leftists flood the courts and use corrupt three-letter agencies too. Make a mockery of the U.S. Constitution. The people that want to put an end to that are apparently fascies.
Well, because it didn't happen, Armed with Opinions. That didn't happen. You've been lied to. They lied to you and told you that's what's happened. It didn't. The people that want to put an end to this apparent fascists, well, it sounds like it so far, the way you've been describing them this evening. Well, that's the adjective you guys want to use to describe patriots, so be it. I'm going to make them that one guy from Austria, like Dennis Kaczynski, lost that. Okay, that didn't happen. The leftists flood the courts. That didn't happen. You're living in a fantasy land. And I suggest it's because your feelings are hurt.
Leftist lawmakers and politicians are making a mockery of the country.
No, they're not. The people you listen to on the news have told you that, but they're liars, you see.
AOC plus 3 are particularly egregious.
They're just American lawmakers. They're not even supported by the Dems, honestly. Those
who are the plus 3?
The squad, generally. They're left-leaning. They're further left than the regular Democrats.
You support woke BS.
Woke BS. Wokeism is a derogatory term you've got for being a good person. But you don't want to be a good person.
What is woke? Just what you don't like today.
Yeah, everything he doesn't like is woke. It's a pretty simple definition most of the time.
Join the Discord to send links and suggestions. https Discord GG Beignet Tritix 8.
Thank you, Ganuch.
Low IQ argument. My side are good and everyone against us is against good things and for evil.
Oh, that's not the argument I made. I said that wokeism is about being a considerate person. That's what I'm suggesting. Recognizing that other people are different than you and might have a different experience, and working to not offend them. Trying, just a little bit, to not offend them. But that's apparently too much for you.
You are being willfully obtuse if you are suggesting that your side isn't filled with easily offended fools.
Yeah?
How dare you take away by First Amendment right to be a bigot?
Yes, they can be overly offended. I'm not saying they can't be. Yeah, you can be too woke. You can be too you can be a woke scold about it. You can complain about people if they aren't sufficiently woke enough. I think that's a bad idea. But it doesn't hurt you. You've never been canceled. Cancellation is not a thing. It's over-exaggerated by the people on the right. When people get canceled, generally, and you can name some people that have been canceled by all means, it's because the business that's intended to make money can't make money because those people have said something stupid. They're bad for business. So they get
woke to be
canceled.
awake, aware, colloquially aware of others and the controllable impact both individuals and organizations have on us all.
Malcidian, thank you for the definition. I think that's pretty much what I described.
Funnily enough, the First Amendment does protect your right to be a bigot. There was even a Supreme Court case that indeed ruled hate speech as being protected speech under the First Amendment. That doesn't.
It doesn't mean that you should be a bigot. Okay, I'm agreeing with you so far. Just that you are free to make that speech without legal ramifications. Right. What legal ramifications have happened to people for being canceled? It's not legal. They lose their job because jobs are attached not to legality, but to business and money and monetary stuff. Roseanne said something stupid. That means that her business is going, ABC, the TV company, is going to make less money if they keep her around. It's a business decision to get rid of her, not a legal one. What's his name? That comic that was beaten off to girls on the phone. Was it Louis? No. I forget his name. Fat old guy that's bald. He was a comedian, and he got in trouble for doing
There's a
gross
social
things.
culture prevalent within academia and media that promote political correctness and cancellations. Do you deny this? Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Yeah, Louis C.K. Yeah, he was canceled by the companies. Did he go to jail? No. Did Roseanne go to jail? No. There was no legal ramifications. And you're right that I'm agreeing with you with opinions. There is social culture prevalent within academia and the media that promotes political correctness and cancellations. Yes, those exist. That's not legal ramifications, my man. It's not. If you say something terrible and the company you work for doesn't want to associate
At armed
with
with
you
opinions
anymore,
because
that's
it's bad
their
publicity
opinion.
that hurts their profits.
Right. The bad publicity of continuing to hang out with Louis C.K. hurts your profits. This is just business. If you want to say that there was some legal ramifications, maybe you broke some laws, you did something along those lines, but I don't see those on a normal basis anyway. You can feel free to correct me and throw something into chat about someone who had legally canceled. There isn't any. You're allowed to be a bigot.
Are you a promoter
company's
of
about to-
cancel culture? It's interesting you admit its existence. Typically the response is gaslighting and claiming it isn't real.
Well, I'm claiming that it is real, and it's not
The
that
uneducated
damn bad.
also love to use cancellation.
I'm saying that it is real, but only societally real. It's not legally harming anybody. Louis C.K. lost his job. He wasn't in jail. Roseanne lost her job. She didn't go to jail. That comedian from the Deadpool movie lost his job. He didn't go to jail. Adam Carolla gets in trouble on Facebook and on Twitter. He doesn't go to jail. These are not legal problems. These are societal ones. And I recognize that. I think that that's fine. Honestly, if you're bad for society, and then society says, hey, we don't want you around anymore, they don't want you around anymore.
It could be said that canceling is essentially the court of public opinion.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
we agree that it's real, though we disagree on its consequences.
There you go. See? Yeah, I agree that it's real. It's just not as bad as the people on the right would have you believe that it is. because it's not attached to legality at the moment. It is attached only to society. And I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm not even kidding with you. Like,
I mean, I've seen the left eat their own on this stuff before.
yeah, they have, and that is a thing. The left does infighting. They always have. They always will. There's nothing you can do about it. Wouldn't surprise me if I got canceled for any of the crazy things that I said. But what would they do? Kick me off of Twitter? You can't even do that anymore. It's owned by Elon Musk. But if the left cancels me, am I going to run to the right and say this and make a new
I
YouTube
won't
video?
cancel you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. If I got canceled for, I mean, I used the word queer earlier in the stream. Like, there are some people who might cancel me for that. But would I get canceled on Twitter? Yeah. Would I go to jail? No. Like, what horrible nightmare would happen to me? Nothing. They can't take away my birthday, you know.
At Waldo, I canceled and uncan-cled you multiple times this stream.
Did you? Okay, that's very progressive of you. And I won't run to YouTube and make a new video of why I left the left. The woke mob canceled me and I had to leave the left. No, man. I'll just say, okay, well, you and I disagree. The end. Oh, I ran out of action points. There's a lot of guys over there. There's a lot of guys over there.
Hurt many.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Slow them down.
Lightning strike. Here we go.
Waldo, I used to be like you. I even voted Bernie in 2016, but Trump is kinda goated, you must admit.
Bernie's pretty great. What do you like about Trump? I don't get it. He's a liar and a cheater constantly. He cheats at everything. Personally, if you want my personal opinion, he's a cheater who cheats at literally everything. He cheats on his wife. He cheats on his taxes. He cheats the business people that he hires. He hires undocumented workers who then work for him, and then he doesn't pay them, cheating them out of the money. He lies about how many stories are in his buildings.
Trump is definitely the greatest about some I don't approve of. He said all the hateful things I don't get to say out loud.
He cheats on his wife. He cheats at golf. He cheats at literally everything. Personally, if you ask me personally why I don't like him, it's because he cheats at literally everything. Everything he cheats. I don't like cheaters. I like rules. I think they're cool.
Trump is funny. He's against PC culture, wants to protect the border, wants to end the wars. Easy. Biden is the opposite of all of that. Vote on policy, not personality.
I know. I vote on policy. Exactly. And his policies are bad. Trump is funny because he's a clown. Like, literally. Trump is actually literally a clown. I mean, I'm not even being mean here. He has crazy hair, just like a clown. It's a crazy, unnatural color, just like a clown. He has a painted face, just like a clown. His clothes don't fit, just like a clown. And you just said he was funny, like a clown. He stands on stage to get cheers and laughs from the people. He is literally a clown. I'm not saying that as an insult. I mean it literally.
Sir, don't disrespect Trump's hairpiece.
It's literal. Clown. Actual clown president. Is he funny? Sure. Is he against PC culture? Yeah, but I don't think that that's a good thing. He wants to protect the border. I definitely don't think that's a good thing.
We are making that illegal come January, by the way. I'm a Waldop 3 drama.
Drama llamas in the chat. So yeah, he wants to protect the border. That's a dumb idea. The open border helps us, protects us, makes us better. That's a good thing.
I do think you'd be more sensitive about the hair jokes, for shame, Waldo.
Yeah, I do. I have my own hair issues, but this is natural. I'm natural. You know, I'm not going to get crazy surgery to move my scalp over. This guy is sticking me up. There we go. Am I going to get attacked? Maybe. Let's move right there.
Become old with Grace XD.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind going bald. I'm fine.
A lot of bald rights advocates endorse Trump, sir.
The bald rights activist. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should look into them. If they got a newsletter I can read or anything like that, like bald rights activists.
Don't let the man take the sideburns, though.
Yeah, I've been feeding them pretty regularly. These things, they're coming in real nice. Wait, I can cheer. That guy. Okay. That was a good turn. Has he still got another ash one? No. This guy has one. He got nothing to do. Okay. So, yeah, I don't like Trump. I think he is a cheater. I think he's bad for the country. I don't think that opening the border would do a good, closing the border would do a good thing. That's actually harmful to us. Those people need a path towards citizenship. If they were put on that path, then we could charge them a fee and we could charge them taxes and stuff like that. That would help us. And they would be here to do the jobs that they're doing anyway. And then you could charge the companies for bringing them in.
I think Trump is an embarrassment on a global scale.
I can agree with that. He is literally a clown, so there's that. I think these two are done on their side. Many whelps on this side. Handle it.
He's tarnished our reputation and our relations with many of our fellow nations.
I mean, I agree. I complain about the Iran deal all the time. The Iran deal was
If anyone in the government actually wanted to do anything about immigrants, they would pass more laws and regulations about hiring illegal immigrations in farming and construction.
Right, those companies that are hiring them, paying them, exist within the American legal system. You can find them. You know who they are. You can hold them responsible, but we don't want to, because that would drive prices up for other things. It's an economic issue. And I would suggest that our economy is exactly the way they want it. It's not the poor people. You're not poorer because a poor person came to your country looking for work. The poor people do. You're poorer when a giant conglomerative company charges you more. That's what makes you poor. Lightning. Just lightning. Fireball. But what was I talking about? Yeah. Diplomacy. I think we're damaged diplomatically because of the abandoning.
Only 20 left.
Is that the count? Where is that? Oh, it's up there. I did not know that. I'd never noticed that number before. It's up there. I see it now. I think we're harmed diplomatically because Donald Trump abandoned the Iran deal. By doing that, he has suggested to other countries that we can't be diplomatic. That our diplomacy is not worth a damn. Damn it. Hit my guy.
He got hit hard.
Yeah, he did. He got hit real hard. You're right. That was a bad move on my part. I should not have done that. But it was all those people lumped together. I had to drop a flashbang in there, you know? So exciting.
Oh, I see, it was their fault.
Yeah, it was their fault. Yeah. I'm a Republican now. I guess I do have to vote for Trump now. God, I killed his armor too.
I love the Bleg death knell.
The blood death knell. What? When they die and they make the noise? Is that what you're saying? That sound they make?
When the zombies go BLEGH.
Yeah. Is XP spread out by how much actions you take? Or just by surviving the night? It looks like it's just surviving the night. If one character does all the work, does he get all the XP?
Look at the breakdown.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I did have a guy in there for a couple of minutes. All right, so let's go see our girlfriends. Hey, Dark Goddess. You're the only lady for me. You know that, right? I'd never cheat on you.
I think it's an even split, but kills are tracked and you can get XP bonuses from talents and gear.
Okay. Shop reroll. That sounds like a waste of points. I have 83. Let's do health then. Okay. See you later, Dark Goddess lady. Hey, Light Goddess. You're my only friend. I'd never hang out with your evil dark sister. What do we got? Florian. He is my archer. Getting him some dodge wouldn't be bad. And crit or daily mana regen. Ooh.
I bet you say that to all the goddesses you meet.
I do. They never catch on. It's so easy to lie to goddesses. Shorter weapons. Plus 15 accuracy and plus 20 reliability, but minus 1 skill range. That doesn't seem helpful for his build, you know? I don't think I like that. Vampire, whenever a enemy is killed using physical damage or executed, restore 4 hit points. He is using physical damage, right? Hand crossbow is, I assume, physical? Let me give him vampire. Wait, no, physical damage has a sword. So range damage is not physical damage. Okay. Lone wolf, as long as there's no other hero within range of 5, plus ooh. I do kind of like lone wolf. Here we go. That's nice. Okay. Who else gets leveled up? Gortash. What up, Gortash? Damage. Yeah. And magic damage or daily mana regen. There we go. That's the right one. More stops. Spiky counter. Minus 20 dodge whenever a hero is hit. Automatically cast spiky counter. Yeah. Spiky counter. Sounds good. Night rewards. Hooray. What do we got? Ooh, a red. Mystic Elven Boots +1. An epic trinket. +4 propagation damage. That's a mage thing. Minus 1 skill range, but accuracy, daily mana regen, and stun chance. I'm gonna put that on my mage. Let's go to my magician. Is Edelin? Yeah. City stash. Put the boots on. There we go. All right. Her range goes down a little bit, but I think everything else goes up, so that's good. Let's go buy some stuff, build some structures. Do we need to buy any of these things? We already have one of those. We got a house. We got a scavenger's camp. I don't think I have a scavenger's camp. I do have a gold mine. Yep. I do have a temple. Right? Yeah, I have a temple right there. That's a temple. Yeah. Okay. I do have a mana well. I do have a shop. I don't have an armor maker. Let's make an armor maker. There we go. And we have an inn. Do we have an inn? Did I buy an inn? Is that an inn? It is. Alright. So I think we're done building new structures. I'm gonna buy some gear. What do we got? 141 gold. It's a blue sword. I don't like the swords. I want hammers. Give me hammers. Hammers. Defensive turtle charm. Troll blood amulet. It's blue. Costs 38. Plus 20 health minus accuracy. Plus 8 accuracy? Well, that kind of cancels out, doesn't it? Plus 10 opportunism. Health regen. Oh, that's pretty nice. Put that on my tank boy. Buy now. Then crossbow. I already have a better crossbow than that. Let's see. If a green hood, male coif, light helmet, resistance, dodge, healing received. That doesn't. I don't think that does me any good. I think that's it. Okay. I'm gonna put that. Wait, 6 dash. I'm gonna put that on my tank, which is Fleur. There we go. All right, Fleur. Doing good. Let's build another new structure then. Build a scavenger camp. It's not a scavenger camp, is it? Shop. Armor. Mouse. Use one production phase. Instantly crafts one defensive item? Okay. Upgrades help armor maker. Upgrades. Only cost 1. What happened? Items available. Hot damn. Armor maker made of armor. Ooh, blue pants. Well, male coif or blue pants plus 6 months. Oh man. My mage is absolutely making out. Some fancy pants. There we go. Alright. Still got 63 gold. Recruit new heroes. Yeah, there we go. Can I afford one? Vivian. Another ranger with a hand crossbow. Recruit costs 50, but I got 63. Can I? No room for additional heroes at the end. Oh. I can't have more than 4. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Let's build another house for workers. There we go. House for workers. Now I got another worker. It's a better shield. 9 to block. Let's see what our shield boys are carrying at the moment. Plus 7 to block. It's not that big a deal. I don't want to spend any money on a white item, you know? Alright, let's build some defenses. Build in defenses. Boop. I'm gonna put up all the walls. Especially on these 2 sides. This is where we're coming from. We're gonna put up some more ballistas. Ooh, a mounted ballista. No, we'll just a regular ballista. Regular ballista, right? There. So it gets both sides, kind of. And how much? I still have 40 left. I'm gonna put up another one. Or can I just put up a reinforced wall right here? Nope. Can't afford a ballista. Let's have the worker boys. Oh, I don't have any. I got 2 workers. Well, I need mana and hit points, don't I? No, we're good on hit points. We're good. We're okay on mana. Let's do some mana then. Enough the money to upgrade those. So we're gonna do that one. Do there. Do this one to everybody. 1 more worker. What is the worker gonna do? What is the worker gonna do? He's gonna work for gold. He's gonna mine
Summon
for
more
gold.
pylons.
Summon more pylons. Good call. That is a brilliant idea. increased my gold farm. Now I'm at 28 gold. Anything in here for 28 gold? That's a value. No. Well, wait. Hang on. Is there a mana potion in here? Nope. 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 Okay. We're getting out of here. Defense is 40. Buildings with free actions are this one. Oh, okay. It is a free action. I see. Wait, it doesn't have a free action. It costs 1. Oh, we gotta heal this guy. Dingus. I knew I had somebody to heal. Alright, we're out of workers, we're out of money, we're out of stuff. Alright, so now we gotta just organize our fools. 1 from here. I think the mage can take that by herself. I'll put the mage over there. Got 2, hopefully, ballistas on the side. 1 mage plus 2 ballistas. These 3 dorks are gonna be down here. This fool moves real fast, so we can put him over here. This fool can go here, and this fool can go here. Okay. 3 and 1, right? 3 skulls, 3 guys, 1 skull, 1 guy. All right. I think that is it. All right, let's go to work. Come here, freaks, he says. Dropping fools right off the bat. He's got such short range, man. That's right. He's got some armor, armored up. All right. My mage can get to work. It's everybody, right? Yeah. Nice. Oh no, they brought archers. What am I gonna do? That was a mistake. Need armor up again. I like this guy. This guy, Florian. Badass. Alright. We got you. Gonna move here. Do a stomp. Oh, damn it. I thought I was gonna hit all 3 of them. Counted that wrong. Gosh. Gortash. Oh man. He's killing me. But you know moving ass. stomping. Stomping, stomping. Mage turn. How bad is it over here? It's not too bad. I think the mage can handle that. It's a lot, but well, crossbow's working. Ouch. Throw the lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Take that, fools. Fireball. Fireball. A couple of these.
Nice lightning bolt.
Yeah, it worked really well. It hit like 6 of them. Do I need to move? I do need to move, but I don't wanna. Alright, we'll move here. Who's this fool? What's he doing? Alright. Nice. Let's do that again. Mark. Oh, yeah, I can mark them. Mark that guy. Sure. Quick reload. It costs uses per night. So I think that was a bad mistake. I think that was a dumb thing to do. Yeah, it reloaded the things, but I don't have any action points. Okay. Alright, now I see. I think I see what it is. Alright, you are going to do some stomps. Here, let's do some stomps. Let's do some more stomps. Seem to be working so well. There we go. There we go. I want to get attacked. This guy doesn't. He's not wearing any pants. Let's go here. Drop this guy. Ah, you dirt. You idiot. Okay, let's do that. There we go. But this guy is going to go stomp this out. Look at all those stomps. That's 2, 4. That's 5 people in a single stomp. That's it. We're going to do it again. Then we hit that guy. Oop. We're going to run away. There we go. And cheer does 30% damage. I should have done that sooner. Alright, alright. So he's going to have that buff next turn? Probably not, but... I'm going to do those stomps again. Yeah, it worked out real well last time. Bam! Stomping. Stomping.
Counterattack nice.
Yeah. I think that was this one, yeah. What else we got? Kill a guy. Yeah, that's it. Then you go here, stomp it out. Stomp it out again.
I think Florian counterattacked on the enemy attack phase.
Did he? Okay, cool. I didn't notice. I didn't see it, but that's because I barely comprehend what's happening at any given moment. Well, we're gonna. It's only got 1 point left. So
Or Gordash.
Get some more armor. Yes. Fine. Now this guy gonna do a super cool fire move. Spread that fire around. We're gonna do it again. Spread that fire around. We're gonna do it a third time. Spread that fire all over the place. Shoot this fool. Then, does the mage need help? Probably not, but he's in a position to do it, so we're gonna move him over here just in case anyway. Oops. Can I reach that guy? Oh, I can. Alright, now my mage is gonna go. Try and take the fools over here. Lightning there. Fireball, right. Damn it. Those three. Damage. There we go. And we're done. Yeah. The mage is slightly overwhelmed over here. But my archer's on his way. Alright, it said 3 on this side, but damned if they don't seem like there's not that many. It's like the intel lied to me. Reload or mark? Mark 1, sure. Can't reach any of them. I'm gonna move. So, we'll just armor up. Did something over here. Next turn will be better. Let's do... can we get a good lightning in here? Yeah. Lightning bolt, all of it in there. A lot of lightning damage. Fireball. 2. 3. I got 4 of them on that one. Then we got this guy. He's gonna go stomp it out. There we go. Gortash. Dabbing. Wow, is that a boss? That's a crawler with a lot of hit points. Just keep hitting him until he dies. How about that? I think Gortash will go over here. Okay. And I'm done with this turn.
$42 remain.
42 remain, yeah. Let's see. Uh-oh. Biting my house. Don't bite my stuff. Missed, son of a bitch. I gotta start cheering before I go on. Lightning bolt right there. Fireball right here. I get 4 of them. Well, it burns my own thing. Let's get these 3. Kill this bastard, hopefully. Go. Punch this old lady. Get out of here, old lady. That was a dumb thing to do. Should have just shot her. No, I'm out of shots. Oh, I could have done the reload. I forgot to do the reload. Okay. He's out. He's done. Punch that old lady. Alright, we are done with that turn. There's a lot of fools biting my gate. That worked perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted that crossbow to do.
Waldo canceled for punching old ladies.
Yeah, I do punch old ladies sometimes. Sorry. Does my fire skill burn my own stuff? Hope not. There we go. Only 11 left. Yeah, we started mopping up over here. Okay, I think we're good. Broke a couple of walls, but not too bad. Alright, Gortash.
Very nice. No panic.
Yeah, no panic. Now we're going to cheer Gortash before we get started. There it is. Okay, now Gortash is going to go attack people. There we go. Now he's out of move, but at least we're better off than we were. Everybody done? Yeah, everybody is done. Oh no! Two left. All right, here we go. Archer guy can no. I bet the archer can creep down there. So we're gonna do quick kill there. Archer can maybe get that guy. No, can't reach. All right. Mage can reach it, maybe? No. All right, one more turn with one Zombo left. Crossbow might take it out. There you go. There we go. All right, another night survived. Level S, continue. Ow.
Nice night.
Yeah, and another S. Exciting. We're gonna continue. We'll get it from two sides now. All right. And it's just saved. And it is 9 o'clock, so that's about the time I usually knock off and quit for the night. Okay, let's go to the thing.
GG.
There. Wow, yeah, that light is way too bright. I'm quitting right now, but it's entirely too bright. Good game, thanks, Mouse City. I appreciate you suggesting the game. It is very good. I like it. It's quite good. And when I exit for the night, we get to hear that music, which is also pretty good. I appreciate everybody who's here tonight. Thanks for coming in to chat. We had a new visitor. That was fun. I like that. That's super cool. If you are watching, if you're paying attention, hop into chat. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us what you're thinking. Go to the Discord to share links. Discord. If you'd like to.
Discord. HTTPS Discord GG Beignet Tridix 8.
Talk about anything, or tell us what you're thinking, what you're feeling, or shoot links or memes in there. Go do so in the Discord.
YouTube. HTTPS www.youtubecom at Waldo Videos. Check out Waldo's videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo Videos.
She does that every so many, it's automated, so every so many chat messages she says that one. And I accidentally set her off. Okay, go to the YouTube, press the thumbs up, press the like, press the subscribe button, and watch old videos, or find out about specific topics, or just watch this stream shortened down into tiny little bite-sized things where I take out all the uhs and the ums and the breaks and stuff like that. And that is it for me tonight. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you very much, and have a good night. I'll see you again on Wednesday. We'll do headlines and then another round of Last Spell on Wednesday. That'll be it.